Hey everybody, clearing. All right, so today we're gonna dive into what is the masculine darkness? What do I mean by that? So we're just in the eclipses, and when we have the lunar eclipse, the sun is blocked from the moon. The feminine is the moon, the sun is the masculine, and so reality, the earth, comes into the mix between the masculine and the feminine. So let's see what the masculines are dealing with that the feminines are being protected from. What is the sovereign motion that the masculines are in right now? You know, when we have the April 8th eclipse, the feminine is included back into the masculine. They become one in the sky and harmonized again. The moon is welcomed back into the masculine. So let's just see though what is going on for the masculines emotionally, mentally, and physically on the dark side of the moon at this time. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial. What are the masculines going through emotionally at this time of segregation from the feminine, from that nurture? So I'm hearing a lot of unrest. What are we getting? Okay, so we actually have, interestingly enough, we've got the eclipse here and the sun. So sometimes we see the moon in front of the sun. That would be the eclipse coming up on April 8th, but this is just the sun, implying that they are moving things forward in the physical. They've got this kind of single focus on material possessions at this time. What else? Higher love and being able to, come out of their trapped, helpless powerlessness. So emotionally, they are taking matters into their own hands. They're even neutralizing their attachment to the connection or their frustration that they couldn't move this forward faster. There is only one horse in this depiction of the chariot. So that's where I'm getting they're taking the matters into their own hands. Yes, feminines, you are here, but they know they have to get themselves out of this mental hell, mental anguish, and only they can move forward right now. They've still got the moon, a little sliver of the moon on their third eye here. So they are thinking of the feminine a little bit, but they're really focused on their own progression right now. So let's clarify this. For the masculines, they're putting this connection on the back burner. So for these divine masculines, they're very in sync with the cosmos and taking this personal accountability. What are the themes that the masculines are navigating while they are taking care of their own business at this time? Wow, the star, their destined path. Literally, we get their star path of destiny. So they're looking at this neutral energy and King of Swords. Wow. So Chariots of the Wind. So this is thoughts. They're getting a lot of, independent thought right now, emotionally. I'm hearing accountability, but it's not quite time to, engage with the feminine on this stuff. It's really about what do they actually want to set their baseline? What brings them emotional stability? They really are putting the feminine to the side right now and understanding themselves on a deeper level. King of Swords, this is a card of clarity, of knowing, of strategy. This can be the art of war. This is, making those incredibly complex, masterful analysis of reality and strategy going forward movement. So they're really having to look at what is best for them, what is going to be in their highest and best interest going forward. They're taking a very neutral approach. So they're not even wanting, they don't want to people please. They don't want to make their assessments based on what they think the feminine wants right now. They are considering higher love. They are considering the feminine, but first and foremost, yeah, they're definitely thinking about what is in their highest interest. The star I was just taken with, the daughter of the firmament. Now the firmament is the earth, and this can mean, the feminine in the flesh. Again, neutral. Everything here is neutral. And so masculines are having to take an objective approach to these connections and average or split the difference between, you know, all the factors. It's like the median energy between all the contemplations, all the factors that they could consider right now. They're really putting themselves first emotionally. And that would stand to reason when we have the reality check of this kind of eclipse, that the masculines have to consider themselves right now. They're sort of in a timeout and very much needing this. They need it. What can we see consciously that the masculines are dealing with during this eclipse energy? Oh my gosh, so many came out, a bunch of piles. So we get a timeline here. We get kind of, let's say, last month. Okay, they've wanted to manifest a new beginning, but they weren't ready to take the leap of faith. They've been working on something. Okay, emotionally, they're clearing through their blockages. This is in the recent past. So they know they haven't been sharing their emotions. They haven't told you their truth. They haven't told divine feminine, like masculines, you have not shared with your feminine exactly what's been blocking the connections, what you've been dealing with. But here's the eclipse again. This is the one on April 8th with the moon in front of the sun. And so there is a portal of opportunity coming up here to share, but it's a preparation from the recent past going forward. This is very independently focused. Masculines are in their own zone right now, clearing burden. This landed right on the King of Swords, the war strategist. So masculines need to clear their burden. Just like the feminines need to clear their burden, so do the masculines. And they're getting those downloads in real time, how to end the things that have been karmically dragging them down. Going into the near future, yeah, putting an end to the heartache. This is kind of the ride or die energy also. This is where they're going to see who's left standing once they come through the rubble, once they kind of annihilate their opponents, their enemies at this place, their karmic battlefield. They're going to see, they're going to survey the land and see who's still on my team, who's an ally, who stuck through me, through or with me through thick and thin. So yeah, this is the conscious mind of the King of Swords, that war strategist right now. What can we see for the themes of manifestation that the masculines were trying to do? Princess of Pentacles. So yeah, they've just been staying grounded. They've tried to stay practical. They've tried to stay present with what is rather than what they've wanted to see. They've been in a keen observation mode with the emotions in check, trying to really be objective. What in the near future with these emotions and the blockage clearing? Ace of Cups, unconditional love. So they're really allowing themselves not to people please at this point. Oh, and Queen of Swords fell onto the Chariot, or the King of Swords. So literally they know that they don't want to be influenced by the divine feminine perspective. This is the karmic feminine energy. They want to make sure that they are not swayed by feminine energy with what is best for them. So we've seen so many times recently where the masculines have offered that what is best for the feminines is what the feminines need to choose. And so it's almost like the masculines put the feminines in that kind of safety, and now it's their turn, is what I'm getting. It was like a feminines first sort of energy, and now the masculines are allowing themselves that same grace through this very deliberate strategy. So I'm sorry, I keep explaining this to the feminines, but I really want you masculines to know that I am very much aware of your energy here. And good on you. Kudos for doing this. It's very energetic. It's very consuming to put this much focused effort into seeing your reality so clearly, masculines, and so deliberately based on what is really true, and not telling yourselves you're selfish for doing this. Three of Swords in the inverse. So who's going to be sticking through? The masculines. This is a stress test. Yes, Four of Swords, right after the Three of Swords. That is a healing card. This says Lord of Rest from Strife. So who's going to be there when the strife is over? Who's going to, handle the stress test where the masculines have a berserk moment and they're like, I have to end the madness and choose myself? Who's going to align when they come through that? So the masculines know that it's do or die right now. They are getting real. Wow. Yeah. Squeezes on. What can we see in the physical world for these masculines? We are getting Two of Wands. It landed on the healing card and this presence card. This can be a twin flame card. It can be, the roads meeting up again with divine feminine. It is a twin flame card, Two of Wands, the flame suit. But this does say that all roads lead to the destined path. And the masculines are willing to risk it all in the name of absolutely putting themselves first for once. In what regard in the physical are they doing this? Three of Cups. Lord of Abundance. So yeah, they're getting out of the ways of the world with the abundance. And Six of Wands. In the up, these are both in the inverse, so two messages for Three of Cups. This can be, because it says Lord of Abundance, it's in the reverse. They're not following the templates that the world sets out. And Lord of Victory in the reverse, again, this isn't about public popularity. This is about them, choosing them as leaders. This, it's really prepping them to be the King of Wands, the self-directed shaman, chieftain, innovator, intuitively guided, diplomatic leader that really is self-directed. Yeah, and so that they know that they cannot get to that elevated consciousness through the feminine right now. Beautiful stuff, but let's see how that's affecting the connections. So what can we see? How are these masculines viewing the connections consciously at this time? I'm imagining that they're feeling a mix of distance and confusion and sacrifice and Romeo Juliet, kind of tragic, star-crossed, right person at the wrong time, or even maybe wrong person at the right time kind of energy. What don't they see? What don't they see? What is the backstory? What are the masculines maybe not fully understanding? I'm gonna shuffle these differently. I'm gonna use this one for what the masculines are consciously seeing at this time about the connections. Where are you at, masculines? What don't they know? What can we help you with, masculines? Spirit, guides, angels, ancestors, divine. What do the masculines need to see? And what do the divine feminines need to see about their sacred masculine aspect at this time? Okay, conscious mind about the connections. The balance, reciprocity, like masculines know they have not been able to give and receive equally here, and they're really looking at what is of value. They do not want to show up in connections. They also are not feeling appreciated for the things that they have tried to offer in. There's something about it not being good enough. This is the 6 out of the 10, and there's like a standard, a bar that I'm feeling that the masculines want to raise. It's like this crow is lifting off, and they want to take it to a new level is what I'm getting there. What don't the masculines see? 10 of Swords in the inverse. That this is them leveling up out of the illusion of separation, the rock bottom. This is masculines no longer being in this breadcrumbing energy. The 6 of Pentacles can be the scarcity, charity case kind of stuff. It can be where there's not enough to go around, so we have to choose what we pour into. masculines are getting out of that and really, instead of feeling pulled in multiple directions, instead of feeling like they have to do things out of duty, they're rising up out of this right now and really choosing them. Hurrah, masculines, choose you. Yes, what do the feminines need to know about this? You might be going through it. This is a card of anxiety. So I'm getting, if you're confused by what's happening right now, feminines, put it down. It's not yours. It's the masculines. You don't have to, fear they're gone for good. You don't have to fear they're not going to be capable to overcome whatever this is. You don't have to worry that they can't manage this or they won't step into their empowerment or their wisdom. They have to go through this rite of passage. They have to go through this becoming. It's very cosmic right now. And so don't take it on as yours. Don't lose sleep. Keep your balance. Stay in high frequency. Do the things that, matter to you. If you've got tears, if you've got confusion, if you've got uncertainty going on, balance out. Give yourself a reality check. Ground out. Take care of you right now. It's time to focus on you. Be your own inner masculine at this point. Don't be dependent on your masculine spastastic energy at this time. They really need to elevate in order to be your match. And this is how they're going to have to do it. It's like rocket boosters coming in to get them higher right now, but it may be a little bit turbulent, we'll just say. What can we see for how the masculines are viewing their counterpart at this time? Okay, 5 of Cups. Yeah, they feel like they've lost you. They kind of feel like they're betraying. They feel like maybe they're not handling it very smoothly at this time. The 5 of Cups is a remorse. Like a lot of their past actions, the way they've shown up or not been able to show up fully is really haunting them right now. They feel like a failure when it comes to you. They know they have not been able to really give to you the way that you deserve, that they would like to give to a feminine. They know that they have let everybody down. They're not looking at the love, they're looking at the grief right now. They're in a state of grief regarding you, so something may have happened where it's really hitting home to them that unless they choose them, unless they really balance out their shiznit, that they're not gonna be who you need. Whoa, yeah, masculines again. 9 of Wands. So this is the perseverance. They know they have to just, buckle down right now. They're feeling it in the energy. They're feeling like they can't rely on the feminine. They can't put their hope and stock and resource into the feminine right now. They have to find it, muster it within themselves. There's a very... 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. Like, this is where we kind of get into the woe is me, I'm always alone, I have to do it myself. It can be like that. It can be exhaustion. It can be like getting ready to, the straw that breaks the camel's back. The masculines are maxed right the F out right now, and they are very much feeling like something's got to give, that they've got to figure out a work smarter, not harder kind of strategy here. What do the feminines need to know? Oh, 2 of Wands. Yeah, that was the card that came up in the first part of the reading. So just know that your King of Wands is taking their torch, their empowerment, their inspiration right now. They have to do it on their own. This is a noble hero's journey. This is not for the faint of heart. And these masculines are going to have to cut their losses with their known world and elevate. But they have to go through the stages of grieving. They have to go through this processing. They have to do it on their own so that they come into peace, so that they come into the knowledge of who they've become, of who they are embodied with their mastery. But right now, this is that portal of loneliness where they have to do it by themselves, feminines. So do not feel rejected by a masculine that pushes you away at all cost even, because they must do this. This is them fighting their demons. Wow. What can we see for the heart space? The Hermit, yeah, they are in sort of this Hermit. This is a very snowy, cold looking, here's the star, path of destiny again, but they are in this like icy kind of winter within their heart space right now where they know that they just want to like be in this. Yeah, I'm actually, my son said to me, Mom, I just want to sit on a hill and like not even eat and just meditate. Like that's what he said to me today. And I said, like a monk, and he was like, yeah, exactly. But yeah, these divine masculines, they need to figure some stuff out. They need to know what they're going to do with themselves. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, and they are really needing to tap into this resilience. What is hidden from the masculines? Queen of Cups, the feminine's nurture, the feminine's unconditional love. Like they really feel like they have X'd this out, effed it up, sabotaged it. Little do you know, divine masculines, that it's part of the cosmic becoming right now. You're right on track. You're exactly where you need to be. The hermit looks for the destined path. So it's understandable that you are not conscious of the full instruction manual right now, masculines, and you might feel forsaken or outside of your feminine's care and love. But we saw already that you're going to come through this cosmic portal of the eclipses, and you are going to feel your feminine's love again, and they are going to be the two left standing. What is the advice for the feminines? Nine of Pentacles. This can be a codependent card, so be careful if you're feeling too anxious and rocked by your masculine's energy right now. Chillax. But this also means, keep the wisdom, keep the knowing of how much you care about that person tucked in your heart, and just exhale and allow this process. Trust it, feminines. What can we see on the heart space consciously for the feminine? Six of Wands, victory. I'm getting that this, is the masculine earning their stripes, earning their acclaim, proving themselves to themselves. And so they want to be your shining sun. This looks like a sun. They want to be the only one. They want to be above the crowd. They want to be somebody that whomever they show up for fully is going to think they are the best one. I just heard they think you're the best one, and now it's their turn to actually figure out who that is and embody that for themselves, so that they don't have any imposter syndrome at the core of their heart of hearts regarding you. So they never feel like you would choose anyone above them, so they know they're doing you a solid, so they know that you are proud, so they are proud. They can't receive your love unless they feel it in themselves. Boom, the Tower. So what's hidden from the masculines is that they're going through it right now, and they don't know that this is what they're doing. They want to be the best one in somebody's eyes, but right now they don't know which way's up. A lot of them are suffering. A lot of them are going through like a full meltdown. Berserk energy, things are coming out of nowhere, and they're like, why can't I just get it together? And they're like out of necessity, out of desperation, out of frazzled. They're just needing to do something. I just saw 2323, which is 5-5, which is changes. King of Wands, yeah, this is the rite of passage. The King of Wands is that King of Wands that we want the divine masculines to step into, and they're so close. That's on the table here, feminines. Let them just, finish baking a little bit longer and turning into what they need to be. Oh, you've got this, masculines, you beautiful masculines. What can we see for the manifestations the masculines are doing right now? Knight of Wands, they're finding their passion. They're figuring out what makes them alive, what they want to do. I'm getting that this crow is the ancestors flying beside them. So masculines, you are supported by the ancestors, by your family tree, by your lineage, by your, human becoming here. Yeah, and finding that passion, the unbridled passion for your own zest for life, I just heard. The Fool, this is a brand new start for you masculines, where you're just taking your heart into consideration. And now I just heard following the winds of change, the open road, allowing yourself to cut ties with everything that has been imposed, oppressive, duty, misguided, anything that's not a fit for you. What can we see for the feminines here? 9 of Wands. Keep persevering. This is already a card that came up for the masculines, and so this is a push to the finish line. It's like getting close to light speed. What can we see for the actions the masculines are taking? 9 of Swords. They're overcoming their anxiety by finally activating in their life and making the decisions that they've been up at night, can't sleep, trying to decide on. And they are taking action. What don't they see? Queen of Wands. It's leading them straight to their Queen of Wands, the divine feminine. But this is the martial artist's flow and grace as well. So when masculines, when you're not so holed up in your own mind and feeling at the mercy of your circumstances and you're actually activating, it takes you into the flow of your life. You become a flow master, not just in theory, not just, sometimes, but as a way of life. Yeah. What can we see for advice for the feminine? 6 of Pentacles. This is where you're going to get your equal give and take. So the masculines are thinking about these connections, wanting to take it up a notch so that they can meet you on a whole new level. I'm getting that reminder that the masculines have allowed the feminines to really come into their own. They've been divinely guided. So whether they were conscious of allowing the feminines to decide what would work best for them in this new cycle of interaction, or they were just divinely guided and that was the effect that the feminines received from certain things in past energy. Regardless of that, this is now the masculine's turn, and this is what's bringing the two together on these reunion timelines, these higher timelines where both have elevated and now can meet fresh in an energy of ascension. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines consciously right now? Bravery. Standing up against the known paradigms, the things that aren't a fit, the things that need to be changed. Even standing up to you, feminines, right now and asking for space in no uncertain terms. Energetically or in the physical. 9 of Pentacles, yes, they've got to be completely sovereign right now. 9 of Pentacles in the upright. We saw for the feminines, this card, you tuck them away in your heart, feminines. But this for the masculines right now, they have to be, I'm hearing dun da da da, they have to actually be in this wholeness in their own and push everything aside right now. What do the feminines need to know? This is the way to happiness. Keep envisioning love. Love on earth, heaven on earth, feminines. It's coming. Stay in your happy place. Stay in your zone. That does not mean clinging and hurting yourself by attaching to expectations and outcomes and deluding yourself about what you want to see here. This literally means living in wholeness, living in safety, doing the things, act as if you're already in the love of a lifetime. Evoke that. Don't lower your frequency. Don't lower that. Don't stoop down. Don't wallow. Don't cry. Don't lament. Don't be confused. Energetically, you need to be sovereign right now while the masculines experience what it's like to be in their wholeness, in their nobility, in their righteousness. Oh, they're saying no to everything right now. I'm seeing and I'm seeing in Jesus Christ Superstar when Jesus goes in and overturns all of the tables in the temple. Oh my gosh. That's such a classic if you haven't seen that movie. So good. Okay, so what can we see for the solution for the feminine or for the masculines right now? The Chariot. Yeah, so this is that card that we started the reading with, where masculines, you're like full steam ahead, going forward. Here we just have one crow, so we've just got this one, and look at, we've got this little crescent moon and the crescent moon here again. So the feminine is in the future here for the masculines, slightly ahead here. Feminines, you're still part of this consideration, but masculines, it is about you overcoming the world. This laurel wreath it represents the world, and this is including that feminine. So this is you trusting your intuition, learning how to align with your self-direction, your higher guidance. Above the treetops here, the sky's the limit. Masculines, so this is an overview. With the world, this is holistic systems thinking. That is the solution here, is don't be so, what is that, the forest for the trees? It's something like that. Zoom out, masculine, see the big picture. You might be feeling these instinctual pushbacks regarding your connection, regarding your feminine, regarding life, regarding everything that frustrates you. But right now, see the big picture. It's a phase. This too shall pass. Simmer down, masculines, but breathe through it. You're not wrong to do this. Just don't point blame and be in victim and, you know, stay in unforgiveness or harsh energy. Really see the productive flow, see the pulse of it, feel the aliveness of it. You are alive, masculines. Embody that aliveness. Yeah. What can we see for what masculines don't see? This is a, you know, juggling. Two of Pentacles is juggling two worlds. This is choosing a camp and like going for gold and anchoring in your wholeness there, masculines. And instead of being hot or cold or, you know, lukewarm, you're choosing hot or cold. You're going for things right now. You're becoming more definitive, self-directed, confident, deliberate, discerning. Oh, trust what you're being guided to do right now, but don't tell yourself egoic, negative storylines. Don't be nasty, masculines. This is about actually embracing what you're feeling guided to do without being in the low vibration of competition, lack, scarcity, blame, victim, suffering, frustration. Even passion can move up into neutrality so that you are working in alignment with the greater good. But right now there is a war. You are overcoming the illusion, the suffering, the devil energies, and you are winning. You're rising above it. You are, but they have to do it themselves, feminines. What's the advice for the feminines? Ooh, it's Judgment Day. Your masculine is leaving the world. It's leaving, your masculine's leaving the world. There are those that are trying to hold on to your masculine's tail feathers as they go. Oh my goodness, I sneeze. Sometimes that happens when there's this instantaneous clearing. That is a spiritual sign for instantaneous clearing. Like the masculines are allergic to the material realm right now. And all of the binding, all the claws, all the people trying to feed off their energy. Feminines, just let the masculines get out from that so that they can see who's on their team, who's going to be left standing, who will be there when they're going to heal. They have to really go through it right now. Ooh, this is epic, epic. What can we see for the direction in the next 3 weeks? 7 of Pentacles. So masculines, this is a card of investment and pulling investment out of things. In the inverse like this, it's retracting, it's cutting the losses. So there might be some kind of a sunk cost. What is that? Like masculines are realizing that time is of the essence to retract their investment in some shape or form. So in the near future, they're going to be pulling out their energy from all the things that have been disempowering. 9 of Swords. Yeah, they're just going to be ending their spread too thin. Again, 9 of Swords in the inverse. Second time here, masculines are retracting their energy from anything that's causing them anxiety, anything that feels really out of alignment. They're pulling their energy back from it. Queen of Cups, stay in your knowing, stay in your psychic understanding, your unconditional love right now. I'm hearing feminines, only you can love your masculine unconditionally enough through all of this. Storm. Trying not to say the S word. And wait it out, you know, stay in your knowing, trust the love, trust the process. You can see because of this reading what your masculine is facing right now. They're not necessarily understanding that this is what they're dealing with. but you can know that. Yeah. Okay, let's get a special message here for, okay, that one. What would the higher selves of the masculines say to the feminines right now? Oh, Two of Cups. I know I love you, but it's on the back burner because I know what I must do. I've got to overcome these devil energies. I've got to balance out my ego. I've got to get my empowerment back. The love's on the table, but it can wait. So the masculines are acknowledging there in the higher realms that they still love you. You're just not that focused right now, but it's part of them overcoming all of the worldly things. What do the masculines need to see at this time for encouragement? Levity, yes, rising above, taking matters into their own hands, forward motion, let go of inhibitions. You hold the key to your freedom, masculines. Don't take things too seriously right now. So don't take your connection with your feminine too seriously at this time, or don't demonize your connection with your feminine. Don't demonize anything that's going on in your life. In order for you to have your own freedom, you can't be in resistance to everything that has happened. You've got to embrace it all. You've got to work with the natural laws of energy, but you do have to change what you have been doing. You do have to transform, and you do have to cut a line in the sand and not go there anymore. You must free yourself. So some things need to be dead, need to be gone, need to be laid to rest. Some things you don't have to be so belligerent about. Soften, just take accountability, but don't make matters worse. Don't add insult to injury where you don't need to. Be discerning with how you handle everything as you change. Don't take things too seriously. You're doing great. Open your heart. Play, masculines. So, so hot. Masculines, ooh. And feminines, equanimity. Balance your emotions. Avoid polarizing beliefs. So even if your masculine is pushing polarizing resistance beliefs in your direction, you can avoid it. Have compassion if that's where they're at, and just love regardless. Love anyways. Have compassion for that person going through that rite of passage that can't handle things in a different way. Be willing to change your mind. So keep working with anything. If you're having suffering thoughts, if you're in low vibration, in that anxiety that we saw in the beginning, and being confused about what's going on, come back into center. Cultivate inner peace and neutrality. Be willing to change your mind out of the shock and awe, the dire energy of the feeling the backlash of the masculine, the pushback from the masculine right now, the cosmic masculine. Seek new perspectives to deepen your understanding. Stay compassionate. So yeah, sink into that Queen of Cups resource of love straight from source right now, feminines, and love your masculines for what they are doing and they are about to do. So beautiful. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.